All right, guys, let's do some speed rating, and we're just going to show highlights, but we're going to boost all our barracks for 4 gems. We're going to boost our Spell Factory for 1 gem, and our Barb King recovery, and our Archer Queen recovery, all right? So we've got our barracks are all trained up. We're using Barbarians, Goblins, and Archers, and that's it. Okay, so highlights only. I'm just going to pick the best bases to attack, and we're going to go to it, guys. All right, guys, here's our first base. First thing to note, this guy is not ranked in the current league, and I'm not exactly sure. I recorded this the other day, so I'm not exactly sure how many days it's been since the league rolled over, but that's a telltale sign, as well as obviously all the elixir in the collectors, the gold in the gold mines, and the dark elixir in the little boxes on the drills. All right, so we're going to wipe this guy out. Pretty basic stuff. I mean, when you're just going for resources, and I've run it before. I think the last time I ran a bunch of raids, like boosted raids, it was Barcher. I only ran Barbarians and Archers, and I think the, adding in the Goblins is probably good. It's a little bit more on the elixir side as far as cost goes, but I think it's pretty effective, especially for those mines and collectors that are on the exterior of the bases, all right? Now, one thing I have to adjust to is that elixir is important now. Before, when I'm running raids, and let me break here, because this base, I mean, it's got some good resources, right? But it's that 4-segment separation. My Barcher or Garcher or whatever the heck you want to call it, the Bag Army, okay? My Bag Army or Gab Army is not suitable for this base. I mean, if I had a different army configuration, like, I don't know, dragons and balloonians or something like that, then, okay, I may be able to get a little bit more. But this 4-segment base, and I want to do a review of this type of base because it works very well as far as protecting resources. You're going to be hard-pressed to break into all 4 of those sections and steal all that gold and all that elixir. So what I was getting to with the elixir thing, because I'm at a higher level of walls, I think it's what, level 9 walls that you, or to upgrade to level 9 walls, you can start using elixir. Well, elixir is important. The last time, or when I'm usually running raids, I don't have any more use for elixir normally, right? So I wouldn't care. I'd just send in my entire army. I'd send in, all my spells, etc., and I wouldn't care because I have more than an ample enough of elixir to use, right? Whereas now, I mean, I gotta try and be a little bit more stringent on, only send in the required number of troops to take the base, to take the resources, and hopefully get the 50% win so we can get some trophies, right? Or we don't lose trophies. I mean, ideally, I wanna come up in the leagues and get that resource bonus for those wins, right? So that's one thing that I've had to work on since coming back is, and in this 2-hour session towards the end, I tried to, not use necessarily all of my troops, knowing that elixir is important. I need it for my wall upgrades, and I don't want to overuse my troops. And I did here again. I mean, this is still sort of early on in the base attacks, but yeah, I think as I go on, and I think it's just going to take a little bit more time to come to that realization and keep that in the back of my mind all the time, all right? But, I mean, we got a decent selection of bases, but you will notice, I mean, my gold, as I jump from base to base, I'm searching a lot. I am searching a heck of a lot. I'm using a lot of gold to find these bases, and it's crazy how much I'm using. But I think when I went back in my videos, and there was a video I posted with over 1.1 million resources per hour golden elixir rating, this kind of stacks up. This session kind of stacked up to that. So maybe it's just appearances, or maybe I just don't realize in how long it does take sometimes, because your army's trained up. I mean, when you got boosted barracks and you're running the army configuration I'm running, I mean, your army is ready. After a few searches, maybe 5 or 10 searches in a raid, your army's pretty much ready to go for the next raid. So you're going again, and it always seems like you're forever searching for a half-decent base to attack. So here's another one, 163, 171, a little low on the elixir side. But just to recap, we started with 1.2 million gold, 370,000 elixir, and 5,000, just over 5,100 dark elixir. Okay, and I think I ended up pulling off, I can't remember how many attacks I did, probably about eight or nine attacks, something like that. And then we'll see what happens at the end. But what I do have is a bit of a fail coming up, and you got to be careful. I'm pretty bad at doing this, especially when you get a little complacent and you're used to just hitting, you know, the next button. No, next base. I want to find a new base. No. Well, I ended up hitting it when I didn't want to. Okay. So this base, I mean, we got most of it. There was a small amount of gold and elixir still in the storages, but we got the majority of it, right? And that's all we're after. What I'm going to do in future videos, I'm going to run some different types of army configurations, obviously, but just for mass collection of resources, this is one of the better armies, Barcher or Bag or whatever you want to use, something that's going to easily train. And you can throw in minions if you want, but I don't want to spend my dark elixir. So this is the base, right? And I'm just sitting there, you know, I've got my thumb just like, you know, half an inch from the next button, and I just tapped it because this is the perfect base. Again, I mean, he is ranked, but if you look at the storages, they're pretty much empty. You look at the gold mines and the elixir collectors, and they're pretty good. I mean, some of them are behind that first wall defense, but it shouldn't be a problem for our archers, and I just skipped over it. I just hit it right away. I actually paused this so you could see, and I skipped right over it, all right? So this is the last attack. Not too bad. Not too bad for the final attack, 227,000. Again, it's, you know, a lot of these bases, especially at this low level, you're not going to get a lot of dark elixir. There's some that I did get that got me a fair amount. You can see our dark elixir count is going to exceed 13,000 after this raid, I believe. Or I think maybe there's another raid after this, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I missed one. But anyways, so that's pretty much it. I think, yeah, there was one other raid following this that I didn't account for. But what we ended up with after the 2-hour session, we ended up with 2.685 million gold. Maybe it comes in here at the, no. Okay, so there was one other raid. I ended up with 2.685 million gold, 1.883 million elixir, and 13,372 dark elixirs. So that was almost a 1.5 million gain in gold, over 1.5 in elixir, and about 8,200 gain in dark elixir. And I just, yeah, I'm obviously have increased in my league level, so I am getting some dark elixir as a bonus, all right? So that was basically my 2-hour session. That's what I got. So we're talking, you know, about 3 million resources in 2 hours. So about 1.5 million resources per hour, which isn't too bad. And that's not including the dark elixir, obviously. So, you know, hey, and what I ended up doing as well is I think I carried on. No, I didn't carry on. I wanted to get up to 3.5 so I can get one of my hidden Teslas upgrading, and I eventually ended up doing that, but not in this session. So that's it, guys. We're going to be back with more. We're going to have some more stuff for you guys. Thanks for the comments in the previous video. I wasn't sure what to expect. I thought there would be some negative stuff in there. There really wasn't a whole lot, so that's good to see. I appreciate that, and I'm just pumped for bringing you more stuff and in the new year, in 2015, baby. All right, here we are. So leave some more comments, anything else you guys want to see. I'm not going to do another Gab, you know, raid session anytime soon. We'll try to get into some more interesting stuff for you guys, all right? That's it for now. I'm Spider and I'm out.